Hello and welcome to day 16 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day yoga challenge to set us up in a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's focus is about grounding ourselves. And in order to fully embrace this concept in our physical body today, we're going to be focusing primarily on our feet and the connection of our feet to the earth. And this will be able to really strengthen that connection of feeling far more rooted and stable in our own bodies. And hopefully that perpetuates itself all the way through our being as well. So let's get ourselves comfy for our 3-minute grounding meditation. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with each of these videos as the challenge progresses. Stick around until the end to find out what today's mindfulness task is going to be. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet, noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. So you're going to need 2 items today, a ball, like a tennis ball, and a yoga strap. You could always grab a dressing gown cord or a belt or even a longish towel. So let's just put the strap to one side and we're going to start standing with our ball. Today is all about grounding and feeling the earth. So how about we just begin by just feeling the earth underneath our feet. Plant the feet a good hip width apart. Spread the toes out, starting with a little toe. We're going to press down each toe back down into the earth. Soften through the knees And just relax the arms. If it's comfortable to close down the eyes, you could go ahead and do that. Let's just pause here for a collective 3 breaths. Perhaps you could imagine that the breath is coming up through the soles of your feet. And imagine rooting down, earthing as you exhale. And then gently blink open the eyes. So you might like to turn towards a wall and hang onto the wall for a little bit of support. You can do this away from the wall, just whatever works for you. I'm going to start with one foot, doesn't matter which one, and then we'll just move to the second side. So keeping the heel on the earth, you're going to bring the ball just under the ball of the sort of big toe knuckle, and we're going to do some sweeps side to side there. So you might want to spread the toes out as you do that, and you can work quite slowly. Don't feel that you have to do this fast. I find the faster I go, the more that the ball tends to fly away. And just nice and steady sweeping like a windscreen wipe action there of the foot side to side. You might have to keep readjusting as the ball does move around a bit, and that's okay. Just getting to grips with it. Working with a little bit of pressure point work here today with our trigger ball or massage therapy ball or your tennis ball. All right, so once we've done that a few times side to side, we're now going to basically roll the ball underneath the foot. And I'm working sort of along one side through the arch of the foot, and then I'll try to work through the other side, through the sort of arch outer blade of the foot as well. So I'm kind of trying to change things up there, and you're in control of how firmly you're pressing down into the foot. Just awakening up those muscles in the foot. And just a couple more rolls. And then before we go straight to the second side, let's bring the foot to the earth. You can stay hanging on to the wall if you need to. And then just start to bring the other foot off the earth. So see if you can have a little micro bend in the standing leg and just sort of firmly try to spread your weight across the sole of that balanced foot, the foot that's on the ground. I'm going to see what it feels like to bring my hands away from the wall, eyes focused, breath nice and fluid and easy. I might begin to straighten more through my standing leg and just see how that changes, how I have to grip the earth with my toes and distribute the weight on that balanced foot. And just noticing how there will be movement needed to continuously bring you back to center and stability. See if you can center yourself physically and mentally. I am balanced. I am here. And then just softly release both feet to the ground. So we'll set up for that second side. Heel of foot on the floor, placing the ball under the knuckle of the big toe, and then that sweeping side to side action. And I'm going to choose to spread my toes out as well a little bit as I do this. And remember that you are in control of how fast or how hard that action is. Depends on how hard the ball is and how hard the floor is beneath you as well. All of these things might matter to the sensation, to the control. You might notice one side feeling quite different to the other. All right, we're going to do those rolls back and forth. And let's not limit it just to one plane of the foot. So I'm going sort of to the inner arch and to the outer blade of the foot as well. And again, you're in control as to how hard or how fast you might like to do this. Actually, one of my favorite things to do to really wake up my feet and work with a proprioception, a sense of sort of feeling sensations within your body here. It's about grounding today, so really trying to zone into that feedback of ball and foot connection. All right, so let's go for that balance. So I'm going to bring the foot that was on the ball to the earth. Maybe we start with the hand on the wall again for stability, little micro bend in the standing leg. See if you can spread the weight across the standing foot, eyes focused. This isn't about creating a specific pose, we're just balancing our weight onto the standing foot and noticing how we have to really switch on stabilizing muscles. Not just the foot is working here, we're obviously working calf muscles, we're working through the thigh, through the hips and our core to stay balanced. But really zoning into the sole of that foot, feeling like it's spacious, wide, gripping the earth. And then place both feet down. So we're going to bring the ball out to the side now and make our way to the ground and grab our strap. Lying onto your back. I'm just going to undo my strap here. I have a particularly long strap, so I'm just going to bring it into half. You may not need to do that. And then once you're lying down, let's start by bending through the knees, place the feet to the earth, and then hook the strap over the sole of your right foot. And we'll bring it sort of a little bit closer towards the ball of the foot rather than the center or the heel. So a bit closer towards the toes. And then begin by straightening through the leg and have a little bit of pull back with the hands. And it's like you're trying to stamp the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Don't worry about that leg being perfectly straight in the sky. Just do what feels okay for you. And let's just start by bending the leg and then straightening the knee. Just maybe 3 more times there. So I'm not pulling really hard with that strap. We're just sort of locking the strap in place. All right, pause once again with the leg straight up and towards the sky. And then you can keep holding on with both hands or you could release one hand. I like to use same hand and leg here. So my right hand with the right foot, left hand wherever it feels sort of comfy. And we'll do, I used to be a ballerina. So we'll do good toes and naughty toes. So this is actually naughty toes when you're talking about dance. In yoga, it's definitely not. So it's flexing the foot and then good toes. So I'm actually pushing out through the ball of my foot. This is definitely not a ballerina foot going on here because I'm still flexed, pulling back with the toes. Also known as flointing the foot. So it's flexing the foot and then pushing the ball of the foot up towards the ceiling, but keeping the toes a little flexed there. So we're going back and forth, pointing the foot, and then flexing the foot. And just noticing any feedback throughout the rest of the leg as you do that. And then just relax that for a moment, and we'll take some swirls of the ankle. So just note which direction you're turning the foot. We'll do that about 3 times. And then we'll change the direction of that. And I always notice that my coordination takes a bit of getting used to when I'm trying to really control the swirl of the ankle slowly. And then come to pause. So still holding on, same hand, same foot. If you're holding on with both hands now, release your left hand. We're going to take a spinal twist. So I'm going to draw the leg over towards the left side. And you'll drop the left knee down as well towards the left side. I'm so sorry. I said same hand, same foot. This is where we swap the hands over. So it's now left hand holding on to the strap, right hand's going to go out towards the side. I'm going to press the left foot into the earth, just shimmy the hips an inch towards the right side, and then you can drop both legs down towards the left side. So into our supine twist here, If it's comfy to turn the gaze, go ahead and turn the head the opposite direction. But no need to if that's not comfortable for your neck, your shoulders. And you can bring that leg as high as you like. You've got the control of the strap there, so if you need the foot much further away from the body, that's fine too. Just bring the right foot as high as it feels obtainable to you over to the left side. And then we're going to lift that leg all the way back up, and you're using some strength of your glutes there, inner outer thigh, come back through to center. So we'll swap it over to the second side. Starting off with the strap across the ball of the foot, and then extending and bending through that left leg. I'm holding on with both hands at the moment, but you could also do that just with the left hand. Don't worry if the left leg is not perfectly straight in the sky. Just doing what's available for you and your hamstrings there. And then the next time that you lengthen your left leg up, I now like to hold on just with one hand, so I'm going to use my left hand. This is where we're going to take our circles. Right hand can go wherever it feels comfortable and supportive. You might notice as you take those swirls that it feels a little bit sticky or stuck somewhere. Let's not overthink it, just be mindful of the movement. And then we'll go the other direction. And we're going to do our good toes, naughty toes. So into deeper flexion. Then we're pointing out through the ball of the foot. So I'm actually flexing the toes, still peeling them back, but I'm pushing out through the ball of, in particular, the big toe knuckle. And then bending again. And then pushing the toes and the foot away. Bending and then extending. And then we're going to go for our twist. So let's change our hands. Right hand takes hold of the strap. Left hand's going to release out to the side. Press down through your right foot, the foot that's on the ground. Shimmy the hips or scoop the hips a little to the left. And then drop your legs over towards the right. Just going to make a little room for myself at the wall there. And then only if it's comfy, go ahead and turn the gaze. And see if you can just allow gravity to take over. Do not worry if your left leg is not touching the ground. Just allow it to be heavy over time. And last breath. And then slowly lift yourself up and bring yourself out of the pose, strap out to the side, and bring both soles of feet to the earth as wide as your mat and the knees TP'd together here. I invite you to bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the lower ribs. I invite you now to really transition your inner gaze to the soles of your feet. Can you feel the sensation of the mat or floor beneath the soles of your feet? Upon your next inhale, gently say to yourself, I am. And on your next exhale, grounded. You're welcome to stay in this posture for the duration of Savasana or change your shape to suit your needs in this moment. From here, I invite you to take a little wiggle of your fingers and then start to lift your toes off the earth. Reach the arms up behind you and then gather the knees in, squeeze into a little ball and then roll to the side before you gently make your way upright. Here, I invite you to sit tall and plug thumbs into heart space. A reminder to nurture yourself today. Thank you for joining today's practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Today's mindfulness task. Throughout your day, try to become aware of the soles of your feet. See if you can notice the pressure on the floor or the ground, as well as perhaps warmth or coolness in your feet. This exercise can be especially helpful when you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, and it's a personal favorite of mine, something that I practice in my everyday life when things feel just a little overwhelming.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.